welcome to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. I wanted to do a quick reading for the week of February 28th through March 6th. This is just a weekly update that I do. It's like, what are the energies for the week? And this week, the question is, what do you not see coming? So, again, I have the numbers out here, so that makes it easy for you guys to, first of all, know which number is which, and then to pick your number, whichever one you decide on. So on pile 1, we do have a Sodalite. On pile 2, this is a dyed agate, I think, hot pink. And on pile 3, the Cinnabar quartz crystal that also is man-made. I chose the crystals at random today with my eyes closed. So this is just what came out, and this is what we're going to use. So if you do know how to do the pick a card readings, go ahead and make your choice. The timestamps will be in the description box below, and you can go directly to your reading. If you have never done a pick a card reading before, however you choose is going to be the right way for you, and people choose in so many different ways. Sometimes they'll just make the choice by the number. They like one of these numbers, 1, 2, or 3, so they'll pick by number. Sometimes they'll pick based on the stone, whichever stone they like. Sometimes people like the synchronicities that they find in the timestamps, like if they're numbers people particularly, they'll find some synchronicities in there and choose that way. If you've never done one before, I just recommend that you close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and then when you open your eyes, whichever pile you're drawn to is the right one for you. There is no right or wrong answer, and don't overthink it either. Kind of be pretty intuitive about it, and don't second guess yourself. Once you make a decision, it's like, yep, those are the cards for you. If you do get into a reading and the pile and the cards it just does not make any sense to you at all, that's fine. Just go ahead and click off of it, choose another pile, or go on to a different reading, either on my channel. I have several readings up there on my channel now. I've been at this for about a year. Or there are many other great tarot readers on YouTube. I love our tarot reading community. It provides variety for everybody. Not everybody resonates with everybody on every single day. That's why having the variety is so important. I listen to tarot readers myself. When I have a question, I will go, choose a random reading, and generally, my question is answered. So I use them myself. I think they're pretty cool. I'm glad we have this opportunity to bring these messages out on YouTube, so it's really cool. All right, so enough said on that. I just have one card in the pile now, and then as I go through the reading, I will pull other cards. But make your choice, 1 through 3. Choose the pile that's speaking to you. Look at the timestamp in the description box below, and then you will be able to go directly to your reading. And I will see you there. I look forward to reading for you. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for this week's reading, February 28th through March 6th, these are going to be your messages. And pile 1 did have the Sodalite on it. I just started with one card to get us started, and then I'll pull other cards to get further clarification from the message. But my question today was, what do you not see coming? So, from the Sedona Oracle card deck, let's see what you do not see coming. Desert Breeze, Force. Okay, so this is a card that reminds us that the wind is always blowing in the desert. Sometimes it blows very forcefully and can almost cut through you, gets that sand whirling up and pelting you with little bits of sand. Sometimes it is like a gentle breeze, and it just barely caresses the skin. So what I think is coming up for you this week is some kind of situation where you will have to make a decision on how much force you use in handling the situation. Does it require a light touch, just like a gentle breeze, or are you going to have to use a little bit more force to handle the situation? All right. So let's take a look at tarot, see what kind of messages we can get about this situation. About this week for pile one, this situation. Tell us about what's coming up for pile one this week. Well, that's 3 cards. That's enough to get us started. Okay, you have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. Okay, so for those of you who are subscribers, you know that I don't like, in these short readings like that with just a few cards, I don't like the people cards. I love the people cards, and I'll talk about the people. I'll talk about the energy of the people and how that might relate to you. But as far as what you don't see coming, that's like, seems like action to me, so I need more action in the cards. Therefore, I'm going to clarify this Queen of Wands, just to see what further information we can get about the Queen of Wands. Why is this Queen of Wands here? And one more for the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I think we do have to talk about this Queen of Wands as the energy of the Queen of Wands, because I think that's what's happening. Minor Arcana for Leo, first of all. Notice the cat. Leos always love the cats. They always have one around them. Their hair, they have the lion's mane. They have the good hair, you know. Long and flowing and beautiful. But here's what about the, okay, so first of all, the Queen of Wands is Leo, so that's a fire sign. And the fire signs are really enthusiastic. They are adventurous. They are generally very positive people. They're the doers of the zodiac. This is one of my cards for entrepreneurship. The other one would be the King of Wands, which is the Aries. These are like the business owners. They just, I don't know what you call it, movers and shakers maybe. They just know how to do business. They know how to take the ball and run with it. They know how to spot the good ideas, the things that are going to make money, and then how to work that business until it does make money, maybe a little bit of marketing involved in it. Maybe that's what they're so brilliant at. I can't tell. I don't have it, whatever it is. All I know is the fire signs do tend to be really good entrepreneurs. Okay. As a queen, this is an older woman who has it all. She's very good with business. She's very good with her family life. She's like she's so balanced. She's like my favorite queen. She has fun. She has adventures. She has money. She has it all, basically. But she sits very regally on her throne. So the reason I say I had to read that this way is because the clarifiers just pretty much reiterate that this is the energy that you are in. You are winning something this week. This is a card of victory. 6 of Wands. The guy's been out hunting or something, rides into town, and all the townspeople come up to congratulate him because he has done something really, really cool. So also, in addition to winning something, like if you were in competition for a job or something you're winning, there's accolades associated with this. Could be an athletic competition or something like that. The King of Pentacles is another just very regal card sitting on your throne. It is minor arcana for Gemini for me. But this is a very practical king. He's good with finances, maybe the bankers of the zodiac. Down to earth kind of person. Will give you very practical advice if it's an older man that you go to for advice. But very good with the money, very good with the pentacles. I feel like you're winning something, or something is coming into you. Remember, we got this card of force. Like there's some situation that's coming into you that you have to determine whether it requires a gentle touch to get through it or it requires a more forceful approach. So I think you're getting an opportunity here because you got the Ace of Wands, which is the literal meaning for the card is a new life. So you got new vitality, new energy, new opportunity, something coming into you. Aces are always new beginnings. Aces are always on offer from the divine. It's got the hand of God in it. So this is the universe that is offering something to you. It's very victorious something, like you've maybe worked hard for it. Okay, so now it is coming to you. Well, what I see over here is the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from a situation to pursue something that you love. Now, this is not necessarily a permanent walking away from something. And I use this example a lot with this card because it's just kind of the best example of what this card represents generally, and I think what it represents in this particular reading. You have 8 cups, which is really fantastic. Nobody's going to complain about 8 cups because that's a lot, right? But there is one cup that is missing for you. There is something that your soul desires that is missing. So when you get this card, this means that you are going out in search of that 9th cup because you know that you will never be fulfilled until you at least try it. Doesn't mean you're going to get the 9th cup. A lot of times you will, because if something's calling you, if your soul is calling you to do something like that, it's usually a soul calling, right? So you will generally get that 9th cup. However, it's just something that whether you get it or not, you have to go for it because it's one of those things that you, when you're 90 years old and you're sitting on the back porch in your rocking chair, it's going to be one of those things that you will regret if you do not at least try. So I feel like you're getting some kind of opportunity, some kind of offer this week that takes you away. Remember I said this person is this queen is very good with business and very good with family too. Like she has it all. I feel like you're getting some kind of offer that takes you away from one of the things that you love very much, but you feel like you have to pursue it. It may be the opposite. It could be you have to leave your family behind to go do this. It could be you have something with your family. You have to leave your job behind that you love to go do something with your family. It's that kind of situation. Whatever it is, this has the potential to bring you a completely new life. It changes your life. It's a life-changing event. It's something that your soul is calling you to do. Now, when I do give the example of someone who has when they were younger, they wanted to do something creative. They wanted to be a writer. They wanted to be a musician. They wanted to be an artist, something like that. They get married, settle down, have their kids, take a job that's probably a decent job and helps pay the bills, right? But it's not, they're not completely inspired by the job. It's a good enough job. They like it okay. Like I said, 8 cups, that's pretty good. So you've got a great family. You've got a great job, but there is something missing for you. So let's say it's a job or some kind of business opportunity that comes to you that takes you back to what it is that you love, music, writing, art, that creative thing that you loved when you were a child. So it provides you an opportunity to pursue that soul passion of yours. I always say, if your family loves you, they are going to stick by you while you're doing that. They're going to realize, yes, it's going to mean time away from us temporarily. Yeah, it's going to mean that you can't come home every night and cook dinner for us because you have to go to school at night because you have a day job. They understand that it's going to take some sacrifices for them for you to be able to pursue this thing that you love. But I always say, if they love you, they're going to support you and they'll be there for you, and that's just the way it is. And it doesn't matter because you have to pursue it. Your soul is calling you to do this. Okay. So this opportunity, I think, is presenting itself this week, and you have to decide what is the best way to... You have to decide what is the best way to approach this, taking up this beautiful Ace of Wands that you have been offered here and moving forward with it. And it depends how you handle it, whether forcefully or whether very gently, will depend on who it is that you need to approach. If you need to approach your family, you know, to let them know that you have to do this, you sit them down for a family meeting, all is well. If you have to approach your boss and tell him you have to pursue this other thing, that might not be as easy. You know, because the bosses like to get the blood, you know. So they want to be 100% of your time and attention. However it is that you have to pursue this, you are going to pursue it, is too beautiful an opportunity to ignore. You will be pursuing it. The question is how you make that happen. And this week is all about negotiating the people around your situation that you're going to have to talk to, that you're going to have to convince this is the best thing for you. So that's what this week is all about. All right, so let's just get some final words of wisdom from our angels and ancestors. What final words of wisdom do you have for pile 1 with this situation? Final words of wisdom for pile 1. Ooh, she-wolf. Unleash the wild within. Well, that might be a little bit of some hint about how much force you're going to have to unleash whenever you go talk to the people about this amazing thing that you want to pursue. This card is really kind of about when you have been a little bit stifled in your situation. It's about coming out, howling at the moon, saying, yes, I am here. I am still alive. I can pursue my dreams. I can pursue my passion. Sometimes this card literally means go out and howl at the moon because you need to let loose a little bit. But I feel like with this particular reading, it is a card of, and I feel like I'm talking to women really here, mostly, for the most part. It's like embracing or taking back your life after you have, and women tend to do this sometimes, right? We're all about service. We give our lives up to our bosses, to our families, to our husbands, to our children, to mates, not necessarily husbands, our mates, our children, our extended family. We tend to, our community service that we get involved in, we tend to be that kind of person where we just sacrifice for the collective. And this is taking your life back and saying, you know what, it's me time. It is time for me to pursue what I love. All right, so from the Sacred Traveler, I just ask, if there is anything that pile 1 needs to do. What action does pile 1 need to take, if any? What does pile 1 need to do? Rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. Okay, so I think the moon is still full. On February 28th, the moon is still full. It'll be full for a couple of days. And the full moon is a great time for releasing. So if there is anything that you need to clear from your past, do that now before you move. Don't take it with you, I guess, into this new life that you want to pursue. And I think this is just, sometimes water is really good for you, whether it's taking a nice warm shower, getting in a sauna, going swimming in a swimming pool, going to the ocean, going to the river, dipping your feet in the water, or just cleansing yourself. Sometimes water is very cleansing, so that might support you in your week too. But most importantly, you need to clear the past so that you can go into this and heal what is happening right now, so you can go into this new future without any baggage. That's the most important thing. If you missed the full moon, you can always just write down on a sheet of paper what it is that you feel like is holding you back from your past, and then just burn it and let it go. Release it and let it go. Don't look back. Okay, that's all I have for my pile 1s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2 for your weekly reading this week, February 28th through March 6th, these are going to be your messages. Pile 2 had this pretty hot pink agate, dyed, by the way. That's not a natural stone, but it sure is pretty. I love it. Okay, so this week I just asked the question, what does pile 2 not see coming? What do you not see coming? And to answer that question, I chose one card, the Sedona Oracle, from the Sedona Oracle card deck, and then I'll pull cards as we go through the reading. So, what you do not see coming, this is beautiful, is sun, joy, and healing. What a great week you are going to have. The sun is just the most positive card in all the decks. It's always the most positive card. It just means joy. It means fun. It means happiness. It's just being in that state of continuous gratitude for how amazing life is and how good things are. It may be actually some healing after a period of being a little under the weather. So for some of you, what you have been doing has been working. If you've been doing some like holistic medicine or something like that, that's been working, and you'll notice the healing coming in this week, and you'll feel a great deal of joy about that. Isn't that always the best feeling, when you feel good after being sick for a time? It's like, oh my gosh, it's so nice to be normal again. All right, so let's see what else we can find out about this week. What's coming for pile 2 this week? What do they not see coming? What does pile 2 not see coming this week? All right, we got a few of them that popped out here. Got a couple of 6s. 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, the Death card, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so that's more than I usually do for this reading, but that's okay. They popped out. We're going to go ahead and go with them. Okay, so let's talk about this card, because it is the one major arcana you have here. This is a very beautiful card. scares people sometimes when they see it come up in the reading. They're like, oh my God, somebody's dying. So not true. Most of the time, it does depend on the other cards that are around it. You know, like if you got the Death and the Ten of Swords and maybe the Five of Cups, then you might have something to worry about. But that it generally is a card of transformation, and it is a death. It is a death. I will say that, but usually it is a death of something, a way of life. It's like, I've heard someone describe it as like the karmic garbage sweeper coming in to sweep away that which is dead. And it's kind of that way. I always like getting the Death card because it always comes along when something has just been beaten to death. Something is so over, but you can't kind of like let it go kind of thing. This is like coming into, it's like, okay, it's final, it's ending. That situation has ended. So this is definitely a death of some way of life, of something in your life. But most importantly, it is a transformation. It is like the phoenix. You are rising out of the ashes, and you are coming out of some situation whole and new and joyous. You're healing from it. Whatever this transformation was, whatever it is that you did have to let die, we all have to let some things die in our lives sometimes. I think this is biblical, and I use it all the time. There's this saying, lest a grain of wheat fall to the ground and die, it cannot grow. So you have to have deaths to parts of your life. For example, okay, so let's just use this as an example. It's a different way of looking at things. When you get married, even if you're marrying the love of your life and you are marrying a fantastic person, that is still a major transformation in your life. That's still a major ending in your life. It is an ending to the single life. And that is also a loss that has to be mourned. Even if you're moving on to this amazing new life with your mate, your single life is no more. So that's the kind of ending that we're talking about. And because this usually comes along with major transformation, it is something like that. It's something big. And quite frankly, for some of you, it could be a wedding, because you've got this Three of Cups here. Whatever it is that's ending in your life, there's a celebration that goes along with it. So it could be a marriage. could be a divorce. Sometimes that's the cause for celebrate, right? If it's been going on for a long time and it's been a bad situation. But what is very clear is that your transformation that is coming in for you this week is moving you on to brighter days. That is the meaning of this Six of Cards. You've got these people in this boat. These people here look really sad and look a little wore out. It does feel like they have kind of fought some kind of battle, and that's indicated by all the swords. Swords are pretty tough energy. They're not fun. But brighter days are ahead. It's over. Brighter days are ahead, and the meaning of taking some of these swords in the boat means that, okay, so you still will have some problems. Everybody has problems, right? But you're moving on to a brighter, happier future. This can actually mean like taking a vacation from your problems. So this is interesting. The Queen of Cups, it might play into your week in some way. This is minor arcana for Scorpio. This is major arcana for Scorpio. So I don't know if maybe Scorpio has something to do with your week. You are yourself a Scorpio, or if it's just Scorpio energy, which is the energy of death and transformation. Scorpios are very deep, by the way. Okay, so if this is an older woman, which sometimes the queens do represent older women. This is kind of one of those women that children just love because she is very emotional, but she's very open emotionally. Like she is what I call the kindergarten teacher. Kids love her because she's very open with them, and she just kind of she's so inclusive, and she draws everybody in, and she really cares about people. Now, I will say at her worst, she's over emotional. She's too sensitive. Like, you can't tease her at all because she takes everything very personally and at an emotional level. So she does feel very deeply, but sometimes that has a double-edged sword. Okay, so where are we at? What have I not talked about? Oh, this Six of Pentacles is the card of reciprocity. It's a card of give and take. Sometimes you have a lot, so you're in a position to give to other people. Sometimes you don't have as much, so you're in a position of receiving. And this has always been a hard thing for me to accept and to practice in my daily life because it's very easy for me to give. I have no problem with that. I like having all the cash. I'm buying things for people. I like giving to people. Give. What I'm not very good at is receiving. And you have to have them both. It's that balance of the universe. The universe is always going to balance itself out. So with you got sun energy, which is masculine, water energy, which is feminine. So you got balanced energy here, but maybe there is some kind of balancing that's happening out this week. If you're the one that's giving all the time, maybe something's coming into you. If you're the one that's taking all the time, maybe it's time for you to give. There's some kind of reciprocity that comes in this week. So what is happening, what you guys do not see coming, is a transformation, a major transformation that moves you onto a happier place. Like I said, some of you may have been not feeling so well, under the weather or whatever. That is coming to an end this week, and you're moving on to brighter days. You're feeling better. You're able to celebrate with your friends and family. Something is being offered to you this week. It may be monetary. Don't read too much into that. It may not be. Might be a gift that someone is bringing to you, but it restores the balance. Notice the scales in his hand. It's restoring that balance of give and take. So either something comes into you, or you will be in a position that you have so much that you're able to give to other people. Whatever it is, what you don't see coming this week is a much, much happier frame of mind. It's a major transformation for you guys into brighter, happier days. Okay, that's nice. All right, so for final words of wisdom from our angels and ancestors, let's see what card we can pull out here. What final words of wisdom do you have for my pile twos? Final words of wisdom for pile two. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Wow, that's a beautiful card. This is a card of intuition. This is a card of, again, a card of healing, Medicine Mother. So, but it's almost a healing that comes from within. It's like going back to that holistic stuff. If you've been doing some holistic stuff and trying to take care of a minor illness, or in emotional healing, if you've been having a rough time emotionally, the healing is coming in this week. It comes from within. Honor, and this is also saying honor what you know, honor your intuition. When something tells you it's time to move on. When something tells you this relationship is out of balance, I'm giving too much, there needs to be more reciprocity. Whatever it is, when it comes to your healing, whether emotional or physical, this is saying honor what you know from within. You know how to heal yourself, is what it's saying. You are the medicine mother, you know how to heal yourself. Interesting. Okay, so for the Sacred Traveler, we want to know what pile 2 needs to do or what action they need to take, if anything. What does pile 2 need to do? What action do they need to take? What does pile 2 need to do? What action? Stay focused. Hold the course. I don't know where you guys are going. But this card is just saying to stay focused. Maybe again on this healing journey that you're on, whether emotional or physical, you're doing the right things. So stay focused on doing the right things and honoring your intuition to tell you what to do and how to heal yourself. Stay on the course that you're on, because it's working. It's definitely working. Okay, that's all I have for pile 2. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3, these are going to be your messages for the weekly reading for February 28th through March 6th. And pile 3 did have the Cinnabar quartz crystal on it. It's that orange stone. It is man-made, but it's cool too. It's getting a little dull. I got this in Sedona, Arizona, and it was just like, man, I was drawn to it. It's a cool stone. All right, so this week the question is, what do you not see coming? And to start off the reading, I chose a card from the Sedona Oracle card deck, and I will pull other cards here. But what you do not see coming is Desert Spirit, love from Creator. This is a message that God is with you, the divine spirit, whatever you call it. So many. God, Goddess, Creator, divine spirit, divine pure white light, the universe, whatever it is that you call that which is beyond our understanding, really. The message is they want you to know that you're loved, and that love flows to you and it flows through you. So something is going to happen this week to tell you you're getting a big hug from the universe, basically, is what it is. And you will know that you are definitely loved this week. So that's a really nice blessing that you don't see coming your way. So let's talk about what else pile 3 can expect for the week. What does pile 3 not see coming this week? What does pile 3 not see coming this week? Why are they getting this big old hug from the universe? I think that's too many cards, but we're going to take them. This card came out for pile 2. There's a lot of transforming going on this week. Maybe that's just what the energies of the week are. Okay, here's what you got. Oh, that came out for pile 2. You know what? I don't like this. I'm gonna cleanse these cards real quick, and then we'll do that again. Sorry about that, you guys. That was just too many cards that were the same. I'm like, and I do get that, the energies of the week are a lot of times are the energies of the week. But I would like to see 3, different messages for each pile, or otherwise, what's the point, right? So what does pile 3, or you could just do one reading. So, what does pile 3 not see coming this week? What do they not see coming this week? Pile 3. Make it plain. What does pile 3 not see coming this week? Does pile 3 not see coming this week? Okay, here we go. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Got a couple of major arcana. You got the Hanged Man. You got the Hermit. You got a People card. You got the King of Swords, which for me is a minor arcana for Libra. And you got the 8 of Cups. Okay. So if you watch my readings, you know that when I do a reading with this few cards, I don't necessarily like people cards. I mean, I'll read the card. I'm not going to put it up or anything. I'll read the energy of the card and tell you the meaning of the card. However, when you're asking, when you've got just these few cards, there's not enough action in the people cards for me. So I want to know what you do not see coming, so I want to see some action. What's coming, right? So why is this King of Swords here? Let's clarify the King of Swords. See some action. Okay, so what you guys do not see coming is a break in the stagnation. It comes through clarity of thought. Okay, so here's what's happening. These are very similar cards, actually. I always think they're very similar. However, I do think there's one slight difference. The Hangman is a card of taking a timeout. I call it an adult timeout. Sometimes it's imposed upon you. Sometimes you do it yourself. You take a timeout, you suspend the action. It's called suspended animation. And notice he's hanging upside down. So it's taking a timeout to look at things from a different perspective. The Hermit card, Major Arcana for Virgo, is a card also of retreating from the world to contemplate, to find the answers within. That's what the Hermit card means. The distinction, the one distinction to me is, because you're both analyzing things inwardly, looking at things from a different perspective, mulling things over. No, there's no activity going on. It's trying to find a higher purpose. You're looking for some higher purpose or the right path. So they're both very deep cards. A lot of people never do this in their life. They never take time. They just keep on going from whatever to whatever. So these are deep thinking people that would, first of all, even do this. Okay. But you notice the light on both of them. So when you look at things from a different perspective, when you take this time out, hopefully what comes to you is the bright idea or the illumination, maybe the love from the Creator or the universe, shining a light on the situation, and you get like that aha moment. It's like, aha, I get it. Okay, now I can move forward. With the Hermit card, it's going within, and then that light comes from going within to find the answers. Once you find the answers, then you become a beacon to other people. You can shine a light so that other people can follow you. You've learned from your mistakes, and now other people can learn from your mistakes. Again, an aha moment. That generally comes from the divine. Okay. So this is kind of the one distinction is always you do it, imposed upon yourself. You're retreating from the world. You're going away. Sometimes imposed upon you, like COVID-19 stay-at-home orders. That's a timeout that is imposed upon you. So what has been happening in your life has been a huge timeout, and it could have been self-imposed or it could have been imposed upon you. Either way, but it was big. It was a major cycle, let's say, in your life. Well, for you this week, the cycle breaks. This cycle of inward stillness breaks. This is also a card of no movement, nothing happening. This is kind of more of a card. Can't see a way out. I feel stuck here. I can't find my way out. She does have blindfold on. So actually, if she took the blindfold off, she could see that those swords are not all around her. There is a way out. She just can't see it. And we all get there sometimes. It's just a part of life. We all get there. But I think this particular card goes along with this part. There has been no activity, whether it was imposed upon you or you withdrew yourself from the world. You have been isolated, and you couldn't find your way out. Well, along comes this clarity of thought, and that's the cool thing about the King of Swords. This is not the most fun king. It's not the most interesting king, like that King of Wands that has all the great stories to tell. It's not the most emotional king, like the King of Cups is just really good with relationships and relating and that kind of thing. But you cannot, when it comes to integrity, you cannot touch this king. This king has so much integrity. Very similar to the Justice card, very balanced, very fair. Makes decisions with logic, not realizes that emotions are a part of decisions, but it's just a part of the decision. They're not going to let their emotions rule their head. But mostly it's just finding your truth. It's finding some clarity of thought. And that is what you don't see coming, that comes in this week, is some clarity of thought for you guys that breaks you out of this. Not that this has been all bad. You've learned some lessons. You've learned some really cool things from your own lessons that you can help other people with. You've gotten some clarity. You've looked at things from all different angles. The clarity is coming in. And because of this clarity, you now know what it is that you want for sure. And you are pursuing that. The Eight of Cups is the card of taking your leave to pursue that which you love. Not settling. Eight Cups is pretty good. Nobody would complain about Eight Cups. But you have a soul calling. There's something that's calling you forward. And you get a lot of clarity this week about what that soul calling is, and you move toward that. It may be that you have to let some other things go to go pursue that ninth cup, but you are willing to make the sacrifice, whatever the sacrifices are, because you feel this is one of those things that I say when you're 90 years old, sitting on the back porch in your rocking chair. If you do not do this, you will regret it. It's that kind of thing. So that brings us to the Sun, which was the other clarifier for this Libra card, for this King of Swords card. This is the happiest card in the deck. It's like breaking free from the past. This androgynous person on this horse, childlike, on the horse, breaking over the wall. It's like breaking free from the past and moving on into your happy, joyous, amazing, wonderful life. So that's what you guys don't see coming this week, but it's coming anyway. which is really cool. You're moving on from the stagnation to pursue that which you love. And I feel like it's going to happen in some kind of unexpected way, because you're going to just feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't been left out in the cold. The universe does love me. They want me. God does love me. He wants me to be happy. Goddess loves me. She wants me to be happy. I am loved. I knew you'd come through. That kind of thing. Yeah, it's that. It's a big old hug from the universe. All right, for the angels and the ancestors. The question is, what final words of wisdom do you have for pile 3s for the week of February 28th through March 6th? What words of wisdom do you have? Great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Okay, so that goes back to this. One of the things you might be pursuing, your soul's passion, might be teaching others in some way. There's so many, this depicts Jesus of the Christian tradition, but this is just a reminder that there have been so many great teachers that have walked the earth, and they have so many great lessons to tell us and to teach us. Buddha, my gosh, Gandhi, Jesus was one of them. Confucius, he was good, wasn't he? I don't remember them all. Lots of Native American medicine men and teachers, and the Druids. There's just been so many great teachers that have walked among us. And so this is just a reminder that to use the spiritual lessons that you have learned, and then also do they not only help you, but they help you help other people as well. Okay, the last card from the Sacred Traveler. The question is, what does pile 3 need to do? If anything, what action do they need to take? What does pile 3 need to do? What action do they need to take? Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. Look at that sunshine coming out. Look at this. The sun is coming out for you guys. That's awesome. It's time. So you're breaking free, and the sun is shining, and success is coming into your life. Success expanding in your life right now. Those gates wide open, breaking free. That's what this is saying. It's just reiterating that message, that this week, this part of from which you have learned so much. So don't discount it, and take those lessons that you've learned with you. And don't forget to have your moments of solitude, even when the gates bust open. But they're busting open, and you're moving forward this week. So that's really nice. Okay. That's all I have for my pile 3s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.